419 was pretty uneventful. I mean, a trip up through the busker zone. 420, however, I smoked a lot of weed during the day
Uh-huh.
down in the
You
Fremont.
still had money, right? From
Yeah, I had
your windfall
yeah,
gambling.
I stuck and run on Karate Kid another time or two. When grew like I put in, I kept my bigger things, and anyway, I was doing all right, and then I missed. Well, I was going to meet Linda for dinner. We met down at that. They got a new bar at the plaza that's called the
Carousel.
Carousel.
Yeah, up front.
I think it's a nod to Fear and Loathing with the ether scene. Like
Yeah,
to me, a carousel
the merry-go-round and Circus.
Slowly does some things move. I don't know, but I was tripped. Had a few mushrooms again. I just kind of was, having letting loose a little bit, having mushrooms. They weren't making me sick. I sat out there. I had a lost in translation moment with a local photographer lady who was waiting for a bride and groom, and we talked about cool shit and had some laughs, and we had a drink, and then and then she took off her thing. The wedding or the bride and groom showed up, so she took off. She's an Instagram friend, but anyway, so I sat at this bar, and then I just kind of fell into this routine of, these drinks were really delicious. It was a coffee drink with a little bay leaves, but I didn't have my reading glasses. It was 2 shots of vodka, which I didn't know. Anyway, it might have informed some decisions.
2 shots of vodka in a coffee drink.
Mm-hmm. So I had like 6 of those, maybe. Because this dude who looked like Brett Erickson's older, drunker brother came in at some point. I was getting ready to go, and he sat down and started yapping at me and bought another one. So I went from, I was only going to have 2 or 2, so it's like the old, 2's not enough or whatever. So I had a tag team partner drinking
Whoa.
for a while. Brett, old bad Brett. Oh, and
old Brett.
And then
old Brett. Brett is old Brett.
Old Brett traveled with Fred, who was just kind of a quiet guy with a mustache who just traveled with him to make sure he didn't fuck up. Which I need a Fred would be all right. But anyway, so
that's literally what we do at all the times that we're with you. We're all the Freds.
We're all Freds.
We're all Freds.
Okay, so you're all. I got a bunch of Freds.
Yeah. Well, you didn't this time, so this is when
Fred free. Right said Fred.
Right said Fred.
I hate their song, but anyway.
I think Andy, you might have like age dysmorphia too, because I think that guy is. Isn't he a close?
No, this might be another one.
That's him. No, that's
that's him.
That's old Brett.
That's old Brett.
And he looks older than me. Chad, are you about to say that he does not look older than me? I will fuck you up. Fuck you.
Older than me. Man. Yeah. So he kept popping in and out. I saw him a bunch, and I think on 419 after I came back from after I came back from being woken up from my nap at the circuit. I went down
your
to
VIP nap.
Yeah, I like that bar for some reason. It kept drawing me in. It lights up, and I don't like. Anyway, I was riding the carousel a lot, and I hung out and talked to Fred and had a few drinks after that on 419. Anyway, 420, different story. I'm down there. I've already had a few drinks, and then Brett shows up and maybe I think that's where 2 more came from. Anyway, he's gone all of a sudden, and I don't remember much after that, but a lady saddles up to me on my arm, and I guess I talked to her for a long time. And I do remember bits and pieces of it.
Wait, hold on a second. You ordered drinks from the bartender, or someone just handed you a drink?
No, well, he would order them from the bartender,
Okay.
like I'm buying him, so I maybe had a few more of those. I didn't know they were doubles, but again, the reading glasses could have helped. But they were delicious, and I rode those. And then, like I said, all of a sudden he's gone. I don't know, probably should have gotten out of there, but I got a lady comes up to me. I remember bits and pieces of it, but at some point she's pitching that she wants to hang out, and then like 500 pussy, she's using some language.
What?
$500.
Why did you just say 500
Fi-
pussy? Why did you say that?
selling
$500
pussy.
banger.
She's selling pussy for $500, but I think that's probably anyway.
You could have talked her down from there.
I could have
Yeah,
talked her down.
that's an
I coulda-
opening offer,
Yeah,
Andy.
yeah. You could
You're
get
at the Carousel Bar. You're not at
$50.
fucking Win.
You could cut a
Right.
0 off of that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I
You
don't.
might
That
have
was
cut
only
a
because
5
Andy
off.
just told her how much money he had in his pocket.
don't-
Probably.
I don't remember a whole lot of the
I
conversation.
got an Abe Lincoln for you too, bitch.
Other than, I remember she had this frothy drink, and she encouraged me to take a sip off of her drink.
Uh-oh, never
Have
do
a-
that.
Yeah.
Did she ever drink it?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. I
No.
mean, you guys are gonna have to be the jury on this, and because it's still unresolved what happened. So I had some sips off of that drink, and I don't know how all the events played out, but at some point, she had my phone and sent money on my Venmo to herself to have a all night baby. That's what it said on my Venmo. I don't remember any of this. I took a sip off this drink. The next thing I know, I'm completely in and out.
This is
You
happening-
gave your
this is-
phone to a person?
Well, hold on, Erickson. When she has him take that sip, it's game on after that. She knows she's now in control.
Especially
Yeah,
if
you
it's
got
right up
ghost,
at the
bro.
top of it. That's if you're.
Oh, she might have loaded the straw like they do with a
Well,
Just spring
I
it.
don't
floater.
know.
Yeah.
So I get.
I mean, you were the only one who drank that drink.
Plus, you were
correct?
also obviously already waiting.
Already
Yeah.
hammered.
Like, you're such an easy monkey.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's easy.
yeah,
And you're caffeinated. You've had 6 coffee drinks. So you're
Mhm.
like, you're up. You're ready to fucking do shit.
6 coffee drinks and 12 shots of vodka.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
possibly, so next thing I know,
It's interesting that you used the term rube earlier, Andy, because now you're at the glittery Carousel Bar right on the fucking strip,
Yeah.
and you get dosed, and then immediately handing your phone over and someone's emptying your bank account.
yeah, it's like remember that character on Batman who was trying to always fuck Batman or just blow powder in his face, and he was like, "All right, baby." That's anyway. So
Boy,
at
did
some
you need
point,
a Fred.
security.
Oh,
here's
man, you needed a
dialed-
Fred.
I know.
Oh,
If Fred
no.
was still there, he would have intervened. But so security, I think.
Well, hold on a minute. I think I'm suspicious of Fred and the other guy.
Oh, you think Fred and old Brett are in
That
on
they
it?
might
You think
set
it's
him
a
up and she
fucking
knocks him
3-person
down.
time.
Oh,
It's a
shit.
Well, I didn't
Hey,
even. I didn't even
I'm-
consider
look.
them, and they had disappeared around that time.
It's a handoff. They get him. They get you set. They bought you a drink too.
Yeah, they got you
Yeah.
going. They're like, we'll
Good-
get him.
well-
Look,
get
I
some
know he's
juice.
had at least 4 of these drinks. Get down here
Get here.
now and
Hurry
bring the
up.
purple
Oh
pill.
man. So there's another possibility now. But anyway,
I don't think old Brett would do that.
No, I don't think-
that's the perfect old Brett.
Sounds
among
like
Brett,
old Brett to me.
among old Brett's anecdotes were his he goes on these vacations with Fred because his wife doesn't like to go on trips, and Fred watches his back, but he never cheat on his wife or whatever. I go to the Bahamas and I don't cheat on my wife. It's like you mentioned it 3 or 4 times in your anecdote.
Yeah, I take
Meaning
it
you're a
back.
sex tourist that might fuck kids.
Old
and
Brett
might
would
be in
fuck
on it.
you over. I
Not to mention, these guys are good muscle. They're probably just around the corner in case something like Andy goes, "What the
Yeah,
fuck you
goes
put in that
sideways.
drink?" And then all of a sudden, old Brett and Fred show up again to fucking
Mhm.
quiet things down. Hey, hold on,
yeah,
what's
like,
going
oh,
on?
hey, right over here, right over
I don't know who
here,
your
right
gal
over
is,
here,
but let
right
her
over
go.
here,
We'll have a drink. We'll have a drink.
Right over here, right over here.
Yeah. So
Dad's with me.
I'm getting
I see
get
it all. It's all played
Yeah,
out already.
yeah.
so the more I mean, maybe I took a couple pulls off of that drink or whatever, but it becomes a
You kept
blur.
drinking
It
it.
becomes a wash. I don't. Apparently the police that reviewed the footage said I stayed down there with her quite a while.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was like a few minutes, and I'm like, I'm trying to. I'm just sitting there. That's all. And the security was the one that suggested I needed to leave.
Mhm.
Oh, security came up to you? and said,
Yeah, they come
"Hey,
up.
buddy."
So they do that though. They kind of patrol, look out for gas, and she looked like a whore. I guess that's what they said, or a prostitute. And that, in fact, I could confirm that because she was soft. I do remember as I'm fading in and out of consciousness, $500 for pussy being discussed.
Yeah.
So have another sip. I remember that.
And you paid for an all-nighter.
For a Hyundai, because fortunately that card I keep a low amount in because I don't have very much money. So it tapped out at 100.
Joke's on her.
Yeah, kind of, especially considering who she turned out to be. But so I got walked back to my room, and then so in the morning I got up early like I do, but I felt really fucking weird, like like beyond hungover. My head was just, it didn't even feel like a hangover in most of the ways you do. You're sick,
Well,
your head's pounding. My head just was spinning, like I
Yeah.
was like.
with all due respect, I mean, I have no doubt that she dosed you in some way, because having getting you to sip out of her drink is just an obvious.
Yeah.
Why else would that happen?
Yeah.
And then for him to
But-
continue to drink it and her not go, whoa,
but-
whoa, give me my drink.
Well,
If
I
you
had a,
legitimately had 6 fucking
around there, I mean,
double
maybe 4.
espresso martinis, you're like the amount of caffeine and alcohol and doing combat into your fucking skull is huge. So you
Yeah,
would have
no,
a powerful.
Plus
you're-
mushroom.
it very well could
Yeah,
be. So anyway, I wake up, I will go up the Fremont, and I'm like, you remember the movie, Robbie Benson movie, Death of Richie?
No.
They
No.
show him from inside his head where his feet are all fucking wobbly because he took the red pill or something. And that's how I felt walking up to Denny's. Like I was fucking tripping, or my vision was blurred. No, and,
Something was wrong.
yeah, something was off. And I got back to the thing, and there's this drink sitting on my counter. That was had an umbrella drink that I'd been sipping on.
So you not only took a drink of her drink, but then you ended up taking it back to the room with you.
He's
As
still
it turns
drinking
out-
it the next day.
As
The
it-
next day, he's like, you know what I need? I need another
Back to
pull out of
sleep.
Bella drink.
Which led me to go look for the cash in my koozie, and all my shit was all strewn around,
Sure.
which I didn't, that happens when I'm on coke or whatever. If I don't do that, of course.
That's what happens in your hotel room when you have a hotel room.
Yeah, that's a normal thing for.
Yeah.
Right, but so yeah, so
That was my
shit-
nightstand after fucking mushrooms and bad religion on Saturday. So
Yeah, so it can happen, but then I noticed my koozie on the floor, the cash gone, my cards were like laid
Like
out.
she turned your room.
Yeah, and then that drink sitting there was like, I didn't bring that up here. Anyway, surveillance has revealed that in fact I carried that fucking drink with the umbrella and the fucking big stupid straw, and carried it all the way to my room and set it down in there. But that was the first, like, oh fuck, the money's gone, and that drink's up here. I didn't bring that drink up here. And plus I felt fucking like I was fucking, having some health
Indeed.
problems from these, like I was gonna fucking pass out and shit. So I called the paramedics. I talked to them. I don't know who suggested paramedics, but I decided, yeah, man, I'm, because I didn't want to take a chance at fucking, and I thought paramedics and maybe they send a nurse up.
Oh,
know.
jeez.
And the-
Still working the
The
angles.
hotel nurse with some Vicodin. Here you go, sir.
Yeah, my
She
head's
just,
spinning.
she just rubs your arm and talks to you sweetly.
But
And
I
gives
didn't.
you
At
some
this
pain
point, I don't
pills.
think yeah. At that point, I mean, I felt like I'd been roofied. Something was wrong, and I was having, like my heart felt funny. All the things that you would call an ambulance for. Not really, more like a panic attack and other shit. But anyway, I called the ambulance, I guess.